All right, back to Paperback Death Pile, where we go through boxes of books every day. Here we go. We never know what we're going to find. We're starting off with a James Bond. Roger Moore's James Bond Diary. Oh, that's pretty cool. Walden by Thoreau. Classic. All right, we got some Japanese stuff coming our way. Snow Country by Yasunari Kawabata, winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1968. The Tale of Genji. Some people say this is the first novel ever, well, the first modern novel ever written, kind of. This and Don Quixote by Cervantes are often cited as the first novels. Some more Japanese stuff. The Woman in the Dunes by Kobo Abe. Never read any of this Japanese stuff. The Red Skull by Doc Savage. Look at that. I read the other day there's 181 of these Ballantine Doc Savage reprints. They gotta make a movie, or is there like a Netflix special with Doc Savage? I don't know. He's like the first superhero almost. C.S. Lewis, The Abolition of Man. Can't go wrong with C.S. Lewis. Cheer for the Lonesome Traveler, The Life of W.E.B. Du Bois. Du Bois or Booker T. Washington? That is the question. All right. Black Plumes by Marjorie Allingham. The Economy of Cities by Jane Jacobs. This is the classic in urban studies and sociology. Read a bit of that in college. All right, this book is heavy. The Charterhouse of Parma by Stendhal. I do not know this book. My dad was always talking about The Red and the Black by Stendhal as being one of the best novels he ever read, so I don't know. Rejuvenation Through Yoga, a guide to richer, fuller, more rewarding, and successful life. What do we got next? We got Dorothy L. Sayers, some murder mystery stuff. Gaudy Night, that's a classic. I think I've had the first or very early edition of that, the hardcover. Jazz by Rex Harris, a Pelican book. Princess Merle, The Romantic Life of Merle Oberon. She was a star of stars. Looks like the black and white era. I do not know who she is, but the ladies back then had beautiful faces. All right, 14 Byzantine rulers. Should really be 14 Roman rulers because Rome just continued in the East. Cold War Diplomacy, 45 to 60, by the International Anvil Press, the commie press. All right, New York, A Practical Guide to Hotels. I wonder how many of those are still around. Willa Cather, My Mortal Enemy. That's a cool cover with all those trees. I like that. Bessie Head, The Collector of Treasures. That looks like it's probably a rare book. George Orwell. We had a lot of George Orwell in the last video. The Clergyman's Daughter. Maybe this is all from the same batch. Oh, here we go. Nice serial killer book. The Boston Strangler by Gerald Frank. Look into his eyes. Would you trust him? 2,000 women did. Can't read the rest of that. Political and Social Science. Look at that trippy 60s cover art. Oh, look at that. Speaking of 60s, we got Lenny Bruce. How to Talk Dirty and Influence People. I think we need a little Lenny Bruce in our lives now. We need Lenny Bruce resurrected. The Black Tower by P.D. James. Look at that weird hanging noose. All right. George Washington's Farewell Address. I think he'd have a rough time right now. Margaret Atwood, The Handmaid's Tale. Wine and Your Well-Being. I don't know. They say wine's good for you. They say wine's bad for you. I don't know. Just live your life. P.D. James, Unnatural Causes. More murder mystery stuff. All right. Rachel Carson, The Edge of the Sea. Oh, we got an old book here. What is this? This is German. Prozess sind ein Silberwaschen. I don't know what this is. I don't know. But it's like a reprint of a really old book, I believe. All right. Butterfield 8 by John O'Hara. The Dangerous Liaisons. Les Liaisons Dangereuses. That's actually an awesome book, awesome movie. Bogart. Look at that. The Intimate Biography of Bogart. Look at that slick look this guy used to have. We don't got actors like that anymore. No one's slick anymore. P.D. James, Cover Her Face. More P.D. James stuff. A lot of murder mystery stuff. Kurt Vonnegut, Cat's Cradle. Only read Slaughterhouse 5, but I did like it, so. Ada by Vladimir Nabokov, author of Lolita. All right. We got The Practice of the Presence of God by Brother Lawrence. Hey, my name's Lawrence. I'm a brother. The Life and Death of Yukio Mishima. I'm actually going down a bit of a Yukio Mishima rabbit hole. I'm reading his biography right now. Maybe I'll make some videos about it. I think I'm going to add this book to my list. I don't know why. I made a short video about him, and it got a lot of traction, and the little bit that I knew about him made me want to learn a little more. So that book I'm putting to the side. I'm not sure I'm going to read that book. Mysticism and Logic by Bertrand Russell. I've never read Bertrand Russell, but I think he's logical. The Other Father by Laura Hobson. The Three Faces of Eve. The astounding true story of a girl whose one body lived 3 separate lives. The most extraordinary story of the multiple personality theory. The Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, the classic of civil rights writing. James Aggie's masterpiece, A Death in the Family, with awesome cover art. Never read anything by James Aggie. The Friends by Rosa Guy. Life is tough. Life is real. Friendship is beautiful. Let me know if you guys have read any of this stuff. What do you guys think about these boxes? Place Royale. Place Royale. It's houses and its occupants. I don't know. Quebec? All right. I've been to Montreal, but I don't know that place. Harlan Ellison, look at that. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I used to play the video game from the 90s. Let me know if anyone else has ever played the video game I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. That is a whole thing. It's just disturbing, but it's an awesome book. Star science fiction stories. Look at that vintage 50s, like 60s cover art. You gotta love it. What else we got here? Fourth Mansions by Lafferty. Weird. We got English Hebrew Dictionary. I would open it up and say something if I thought I could say something. Damien Hess by Herman. I only read Siddhartha. Siddhartha was amazing. I feel like I wonder if the rest of the stuff is good. No Lady in the House by Greenfields. More of this mystery stuff. How to Live in Our Polluted World. Just gotta do it. Do You Sleep in the Nude by Rex Reed, the year's scandalous bestseller. I sometimes do. Beethoven by Sullivan, his spiritual development. Woman at Risk. What is going on with this cover? The Poems of Abraham Lincoln. Maybe he was meant to be a poet. The Arabs by Anthony Nutting. 3 Lives by Gertrude Stein. The Miracle of Language by Charlton Laird. I've always enjoyed studying linguistics, just the root of all things. Je reviendrai à Kandara by Jean Haugrand. Livre de Poche. Oh, this is a big one. Big concept of the 70s. Psycho-Cybernetics and Self-Fulfillment. A Guide for the Perplexed by Schumacher. The most exciting philosophical book for the ages. He wrote Small is Beautiful, which is a classic, so maybe that's a good book. The Art and the Way of Hara. More of this Japanese stuff. That looks like a philosophy book. The Word of the Buddha. I've had my Buddhist moments. There's a lot of truth to it. Impossible to live that way, but they're not wrong. Life, the Universe, and Everything. With, like, I don't know, what is that? I don't know what that is. The Jewish Connection. The Pride of Chanor. Oh, yeah, look at these freaking lion men with laser guns. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff I want to read. Just detached from reality. Ethics, inventing right and wrong. Is there right and wrong? Are we inventing it? Is it all just philosophy? Or is there good and evil? The Science Fiction Hall of Fame, Volume 2B. We're getting to the end here. Princess Margaret. My Life with Princess Margaret. I saw that Netflix show about the royals or whatever, and I thought Princess Margaret was one of the more interesting characters in that whole thing. Being There by Jerzy Kosinski. I read I read a really dark book by Jerzy Kosinski. The Bird or something? I don't know. Really messed up book. Steps. More books by Jerzy Kosinski. That's pretty great cover art, though. All right. Charlie Chan is vintage, like, detective stuff. Behind the Curtain. Existentialism from Dostoevsky to Sartre. It's a little too heavy for me. The French Sherlock Holmes, Maigret and the Headless Corpse. This box was pretty deep. All right, The Magus by John Fowles. This is a book that is pretty famous. I've never read it. All right, Anthony Burgess, M/F. He wrote The Clockwork Orange. That movie disturbed me. I've never read anything by him, but here's one more book, M/F or MF. Last book in the box, The Secret Lovers, a spy novel that transcends the genre, a polished thriller, an intricate puzzle of love story, a first-rate novel. All right, and that's that. And here we go. One more box in the books. Here we go. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Hope you enjoyed it. And tune in next time.